Good evening. Hello, Mrs. Portland. I love your avatar. Hey, Lokamai. I keep thinking you're ahead of me, but you're behind me in time now. Hey, Snazzy. Glad you're home and doing okay, Lokamai. Yes, prayers are helping for Lokamai and her family. Hey, Missy K. So, obviously, okay, let me show you my predicament real fast. I'm sitting here with my massager on my legs. It's a back massager, but I've been rubbing my back against the wall since I've been on a video call earlier with Mrs. Portland. That was like, what, an hour ago? We were playing with filters on Messenger. Hey, Shalima. But my computer is gone. My desk is ripped apart. My room is completely ready to go. And ready for the move tomorrow. Hey, voices! XOXO and kisses to you. Okay, so gather around because so it's like Christmas Eve for me tonight. I'm super excited, but it's just been a really emotional day. So I was listening to a bunch of different live streams. I was listening to Lycan earlier, Hello Starlight, Hey True Busy Mama, Hey Retro. And so Hello Starlight was streaming Perplex Cutie, and I heard something come out of her mouth that I was like, I'm so sick and tired of hearing people. Okay, first of all, you can say drama community, whatever you want to. Yes, Aaron C. In my personal opinion, I feel like if you want to call it drama community, that, and which obviously I suppose I'm a part of. Hey, Courtney. Hey. Yes, it has. I feel like the drama community is probably, and this is just my experience, I haven't really got into the knitting or arts and crafts, but just being myself and interacting with people, I've landed myself in the supposed drama community. And I've dipped into tons of different topics. Like I talk about movies, entertainment on my other rant channel, and just whatever sparks my interest. Hey, Jet's mom, I love you. Hey, Lonnie. And I have landed in a community that I actually interact with people and I meet people. I've met Jet's mom, I've met Siren, I've met Nikki, Nicole, I've met Iris, Lewis, I've met many different people. I've met Oscar. I don't want to leave people out. I've met a lot of people. And I feel like the drama community is more of like, well, I know a lot of people use the word real life because people go real life, but it's like real life interactions and people fight and they either work things out or they bicker back and forth. But it's like, it's true interactions. And I'm going to give you my opinion on true crime because I don't follow a lot of true crime unless I'm interested in the actual case. If it sparks my interest, if I relate to it. So let's get into it. Gather around. No chance. No dance. No chance. No dance. No chance. Give me second chances. That's so cool! I won! Yay! Ow! Ow! My. Thank you so much, Courtney. That means a lot. Thank you. And thank you, everybody, for all the kind words on my last video. I was really emotional earlier. But me and my Aunt Sally spent a lot of good quality time together tonight. She spent time with Carol. She had her hair cut. And yeah, she's going to go out tomorrow, which is going to be good. She's going out with her friend. And we're moving. But let me get into why I wanted to talk about this. Hey, Vicky. Yeah, I can't sleep. I'm excited and emotional and I can't sleep. I got to be up early too to start throwing things in the cars and trucks and all that stuff. Hey, Navigator. So I clicked over to Laura Perplexed Cuties channel, and she was talking about, she's like, oh, these drama creators talk about me and all this. From somebody, me personally, who I got interested in the Chris Watts case pretty late in the game because I was not involved in it, but I had close connections, and I know Trent Bolt and his friend who was letting him sleep on the couch, and I became interested once I went to that house. But I became more interested in like the spiritual part of it, demonic stuff, and that is a popular case. So I feel Laura said, she's like, these people, oh, just let them. And, you know, she's getting a lot of people in her chats. She's talking about a popular case, which, by the way, I don't even know what is involved. I can't even tell you the name of the case. I know Molly's covering it right now, lots of different people, and it's getting a lot of attention. But people like right here, Locomai, and lots of other people throughout our community, whether you want to call it crama, drama, whatever, they cover things that they're passionate about, no matter how popular these cases are. Now, I know from personal experience, and I was like, whoa. When I was doing the Chris Watts stuff and going to the house and doing paranormal stuff and stuff like that, it got a lot of attention. So I know how easy it is if you want to grasp onto that and hang on to it forever, or if you want to hop onto super popular topics or subjects or crime cases, or it may be something in the news. Oh, it's 1:40 in the morning. 1:40 in the morning or PM, Jerry? I don't know where you're at. Um, oh, I appreciate that, Vicky. That's very sweet. So, in my personal opinion, if I'm not interested in something, there's no way in hell I'm going to take the time to research something I'm not interested in. That's why I don't read books if I'm not interested in the topic, or I don't know the synopsis. Hey, Lawrence, I think I said that right. And I'm only interested in certain kinds of books, and then I'll read it in like 2 days because I was interested to look it up. I can't even tell you the last time. I think the last time I read a book was like a year ago. It's the same thing with any other topic. So when you're seeing a big popular case and you hop on that, and let's say you start in this supposed drama community, whatever you want to call it, and then all of a sudden you hop on a popular true crime case or something, you know, involving crime, and all of a sudden you get all these views, all these followers, all this attention, then all of a sudden you call yourself a true crime creator. Well, I can tell you, Perplexed QT, she's done a lot of different true crime, but for her to say something like, oh, these drama community people, like they're below her, like people are below her. No, you just so happened to hop onto something that is popular, but that doesn't last forever. It's just like if people are still clinging on. Listen, there's people that are still interested in the Chris Watts case, and it's not even popular anymore. Those are the people that are truly interested in something and feel like maybe it's not resolved. There's other things to look into. People like Locomai will cover cases. Locomai has missing people's and Amber alerts on her channel and her community posts daily. Christy Flanagan, it's so good to see you, and we need to catch up. Hey, Sky Maiden, and you'll find that on there. And I can't drop your link, Locomai, because I'm doing it ghetto on my phone. Super ghetto, sitting on my floor. Locomai says, I can tell the people who really care because they may cover the popular case, but the majority of their content are new cases to bring attention to it. Well, and something that I'm noticing too is a lot of times, even when, you know, let's say people like Laura dive into true crime, it's still drama. They're arguing about stuff. So whether you want to call it drama community or not, the thing with me is I'm always going to talk about anything that I'm passionate about. I don't care if it's coffee or uh, jogging or caffeine or ghosts, or if it is a you know, something, a movie or music or whatever it is, or if I just want to fucking come on and talk because I can't sleep, like right now. Navigator says, I first came across Laura on Facebook in the Making of a Murderer groups. Yikes, she calmed her tits considerably since then. Yeah, I mean, she's gone hard. Hey, Emu, I love you, and Van. But the thing is, if you're going to have, in my personal opinion, if you're going to have a channel, it's going to be very obvious. Sky Maiden, get your voicemail? No. You know what, Sky Maiden? I'm always checking text messages and emails and stuff like that. And I rarely check voicemails because I rarely leave them. So I'll do that. I'm so sorry. Hey, Ashley West. It is about covering your passions or talking about them. I don't have a specific genre of this channel. It's my main channel that I talk about whatever the hell I'm going to talk about. Now, my rant channel was specifically originally designed to like rant and maybe cuss people out and stuff. And then I quickly realized that is just stressing me out. So I changed it to ranting about movies or whatever. And then, of course, I have my original music channel, which that's just there for whatever. My passion is Carol. Oh, you're on Central Time. It's 1:45 a.m. Okay. Ooh, lots of night owls. Wow. You know what I noticed, though? A lot of people are night owls and then early morning people as well. So it's like, when do people sleep? So anyways, back to Laura. Laura has been somebody who, I don't even know how many channels she has now, but she specifically, would do a specific channel for drama and then one for true crime. And the thing is, here's the kicker. Any single one of you, any of you here, it doesn't matter if you have a channel or not. Hey, I'm Leibs. Hope you're doing good. It does not matter. If you decide to drop your morals and be like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and jump on, Summer Wells just because it's popular. Or what again, I can't tell you what case they're talking about right now, but it's clearly popular. I have not followed it, and I'm not going to. I have too much going on, obviously, right now. Moving and shit. But even then, I'm not just going to hop on something just to fucking do it. Miss Marple. Yeah, no. I've never heard Laura talk about that, so don't say stuff like that in my chat. Because we're not bashing Laura. I'm just simply responding to something that she was saying. So, Locomai, for example, if Locomai wanted to right now, she could hop on that case that they're talking about. And boom, there you go. You are in the algorithm. You're in the algorithm. And then, oh, you too, Lonnie. So then if you're just going to continue talking about something because it's popular, first of all, that's going to be boring as hell for you. Because how much can you possibly talk about that the news isn't talking about? If you're truly passionate about something and you have your own thoughts, you're going to be able to talk forever about it because you're passionate and you have so many thoughts about it that you want to engage with people, get their opinions, stuff like that. Vicky's only a morning person because you have to be up early for work. You advocate for the disabled homeless population. There's too many homeless peeps here. Wow, Vicky. Yep, here too. It is, downtown Denver is, every street you go down, you see tents and people, all over the place. So thank you for doing that work. But so, like, if Locomai wanted to jump on that, or look, you could jump on, Summer Wells, and this is my personal opinion and my intuition, when I clicked on a video, I think it was, oh God, what's her name? Kendall Ray, because she put the story together in one video. You don't see her continuing talking about it. She talks about other things that you've never even heard of before. because she's good at what she does, and she researches, and she doesn't just have to talk about a popular case over and over and over and over and over again. Jerry. So if you were to just jump on something like that, like, oh, okay, Summer Wiles is popular, so I'm just going to do that. Really? Because all your other content is not true crime. So it's very obvious why you're doing that. And that is why I never, after Chris Watts, because I really loved doing that because it's very interesting to me still to this day. But as far as Summer Wells, when I first clicked on Kendall Ray and I listened to the story, my intuition, ding, ding, ding in my head. Now, I'm not saying I know what happened because clearly I'm not a psychic, but we all have that intuition. We know I test my intuition out all the time. My intuition went off immediately. And in my personal opinion, again, this is just mine and my intuition. No. I'll tell you what I saw in my mind. Now, again, this is not, I don't know anything. It's just what my intuition told me. It said some sort of deep ground, like old sewage pipe or something, and nothing. No, it's not going to be solved. That's what it told me. So that's why I've never been interested really to click on it, because my intuition told me, well, you're wasting your time. It's not going to be solved. But if I had no morals and I just wanted to gain popularity off of a true crime case, it'd be so easy to just jump on that and be like, okay, well, my intuition's kicking up in my ass about something else, but let me just go on and rant about this forever. And just go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Hey, Lycan. Everybody go check out Lycan's cartoon. It was amazing. I love it. Especially the end. It's my favorite part. So, and then there's some that I don't even know like Patrick Frazee, that one interested me, but I mean, it's solved. So what are you going to talk about? Now, the Manson case, that one, I mean, the Tate LaBianca murders, that one is the most terrifying, like home invasions and that kind of shit. But there's nothing more to talk about. What are you going to talk about? The people that are still left in prison? What is there, one left? Or is there two? Is Tex still alive? Because I know there's one female, I forget her name. You guys know her name? I like, when I heard that case, I was terrified. I'd lock my windows, and I had only looked into that case like 5 or 6 years ago. I had no idea it was that terrifying. Yeah, that cartoon is awesome. My parents loved it. My dad he's hilarious. And my mom told me, she's like, your dad was cracking up. They like you, like him. If you ever see Joan Cares, that's my mom, or it'll be like my mom and my dad. So as far as Laura, like right now, I think over in her chat, when I clicked on it before I scheduled this live, she has like 500-600 people in there, but she's talking about something. Okay, yes, Krenwinkel, and her first name starts Leslie, right? Leslie Kren. No. Is it Leslie Krenwinkel? What case are we supposed to stay away from? Well, I don't think there's any case you should stay away from, but I think, if you relate to something, obviously you're going to be attracted, and you're going to feel connected to it somehow, and you can relate. I think that's why a lot of people related to, cases like the Watts case, and when there's children involved, because there's obviously a lot of parents. Hey, Mermaid. I'm not a parent. I just unfortunately got sucked into it because of Trent Bolt. And then it became interesting to me, and I have a very unpopular opinion on the Watts case. That's why I really like Justin Lee Reacts channel. He says a lot of things that I agree with, but I'm not going to dive back into that on my channel because I've already said all I need to say about that. Yes, Patricia. Thank you, Terry. Patricia Krenwinkel. And the most terrifying one was the one that stabbed Sharon Tate. in the stomach. No, God, Susan Atkins. She scared the shit out of me. She actually died in prison. She had her legs amputated from cancer. Talk about like karma. That's some crazy shit. But Susan Atkins is the scariest. But again, drugs were involved big time in the Manson cult, or you can call it whatever you want, family cult. I thought there was 2 females still alive from the Manson family. Yeah, Van Houten, Leslie Van Houten, isn't she still alive too? She actually was going to get paroled, but Sharon Tate's sister, every time they go to get paroled, she goes and she fights it, and they normally win and they don't get parole. Which, in my personal opinion, on a side note, I believe that people change. Obviously, there's like sociopaths and serial killers that are just addicted to that kind of stuff. But when you have like drugs involved in the Manson cult and stuff, again, this is just my opinion, and it was so long ago and they were so young, I don't know. I feel like people can change and they can learn. So I don't know. I'm not saying they should be released out into the world, but I don't know, maybe possibly they've changed. Or the people that killed, what's that case that I did? The people that were, yes, Leslie Van Houten. I thought she was still alive too. The people that killed that girl, I forget her name, but I have it on my channel. They were inspired by the Scream killers. And these 2 teenage boys decided to, hey, Amy, they decided to like kill their friend when she was house sitting, like Scream style. And they wore masks and shit like that. But they're teenagers and they were inspired by movies, obviously trying to like get fame and be popular. So when they're older, I have a different opinion on that, because I feel like they can change when they're older. So possibly, get paroled in the future. Susan Atkins actually died from brain cancer. Yes, Leslie Van Houten, I keep in touch with. Deborah Tate. Ooh. Oh, yes, that's Sharon Tate's sister, right? Hey, Helen Vera. Hey, here she goes. Yeah, the Tate sister, Deborah Tate, she don't fuck around. Every time they go up for parole, she's like, mm-mm. And she doesn't seem like too keen when people like do movies and stuff about the murders and okay. And here's another thing: when people are like, oh, it's too soon to make that joke about a crime case and all this kind of shit, are you fucking kidding me? First of all, humor is number one. It heals everything. Laughing heals everything. I'm not saying you should make fun of true crime cases, but when people get so offended if you say something about like anybody involved in true crime, whether it's the victim or the killer or whatever, but they will pay. Okay, not only will they pay for a movie ticket, which is what, $12-15 nowadays, but they will go and they will stock up on fucking popcorn and snacks and all this shit, and they will go watch movies about this shit and like support it. So it's like, wait a minute, are you against it or are you not? Because mocking and acting, I mean, that's a form of mocking the situation, and obviously it's not going to tell the true full story. Oh my God, you went to school with Susan Atkins? Holy shit. How was she? Because when I watch like documentaries and stuff on, the Manson clan, Susan Atkins seemed like she wanted to get out. Like she was not popular or something like that. The lunch lady, like she wanted out of her basic life. And she just kind of like ran away. Right. That's crazy. You should email me. I'd love to hear about that. Do I believe that Shanann killed the girls? So again, this is my opinion. I believe that in relationships, jealousy and love can make us do really crazy things. So when people believe, that love can make Chris do crazy things, first of all, I want to start off by saying when somebody dies or gets killed or whatever, think about the most meanest person you know right now, or maybe somebody that you're not on good terms with. Tragedy plus time equals comedy. Now, picture them being in a situation where they get killed or you don't really know what happened. Now, a lot of people say, well, they're not here to defend themselves. Well, obviously, of course. And people should respect that to the limit of not bashing them. But if you're really interested in true crime and you're really interested into investigating stuff and all that kind of stuff, then I think it's very important, no matter how hard it is, to look at all points of views. Was there mental abuse, emotional abuse, that kind of stuff? So me personally, looking at videos of the Watts family, and just kind of, Shanann put a lot of herself on her Facebook and videos and stuff, and you could see her interacting with her family. And then you add somebody that wants to get away from that. And imagine, I'm sure everybody's had their heart broken in here. I don't know if you've all been cheated on, but I have. Holy shit, man. When I was 18, I grabbed the wheel of the car when my boyfriend was cheating on me, and I knew it, and you wouldn't tell me, and I swerved it into oncoming fucking traffic. And then immediately after, I was like, holy shit, what was I doing? What was I thinking? So in moments, you can definitely do things that maybe later you'll regret. So I could see, again, this is my opinion, I could see a situation of a spouse getting cheated on and being like, you want to try to break my heart and ruin my life? Well, I could fucking do it to you 10 times worse. And then possibly chaos and domestic violence breaking out. And then you have a mess to clean up afterwards and be like, oh my God, what just happened? So, first of all, I don't like to directly use names when I'm talking about that, but I'm just giving you the scenario of possibly what I think could have possibly happened. And I think jealousy and heartbreak could have done that. And then, of course, the husband is left like, oh my God, I'm screwed. So I guess maybe hide everything and see what happens. Just my personal opinion. The lunch lady says if the murderer is good looking, people tend to excuse him or her. If they look like Henry Lee Lucas, no one gives a shit. I could see that. I could see that as being something, but Chris Watts is incredibly attractive. And there's a lot of people that hate him, obviously, for their reasons of things that they believe. But there are also a lot of people that look into it from his point of view and possibly, alternate things that possibly could have happened. Now, do I think we'll ever know? No, I don't. And then that's why when people are like, oh my God, there was other people involved and stuff like that. Dude, when I was 18, or actually 19, the guy that I swerved the car into oncoming traffic, we ended up getting in a fist fight. And that was the first time I went to jail. And everything happened so fast. That's why, in my personal experience, I know how quick domestic violence can happen. Yeah, Rachel, and that makes sense too. You don't think he's good looking because of what he had done. Yeah, that kind of changes everything. But if you just see him on the street, obviously he's in shape, he's tan, has nice skin, has nice features, that kind of stuff, good bone structure, and just handsome. And then again, he wasn't. If he did, everybody has their different opinions, but obviously that was whatever happened. It was a moment of rage. But one conspiracy that actually is really interesting, and I don't believe it, is, what was it? The girl that died in North Carolina or South Carolina, she was murdered and she looked a lot like Shanann, and people are like, oh my God, maybe that was one of his victims and stuff. Look into it. I don't know her name. I don't remember it, but it's really interesting. I do not follow Summer Wells, Mermaid. If so, do you believe she's somewhere alive? I do not believe she's alive. I've only watched Kendall Ray's video, and I've caught bits and pieces of other creators around, but my intuition immediately went to an old, like what I saw in my head. Again, this is my opinion. An old, like, underground, like, I want to say like abandoned big sewer pipe. That's what I saw. And that's why I don't follow that case, because I'm like, oh, I don't think anything's going to happen. And so far, I've been right. Nothing has come about of that. Siren says Chris Watts wasn't attractive at all at first until after working out and dieting. Yeah, doing Thrive. Probably looks more like he did in the before photos. I don't know. Prison can either make you look super ripped because you have nothing else to do but like work out and stuff and get your stress out, or you could just plump up, I guess. Missing Life doesn't think she's alive. Yeah, I don't either. And then, of course, you have all these conspiracies like, oh my God, she's, was sold and all this kind of stuff. It's like, what? Now, in my personal opinion, from what I've seen from the parents' behavior, it seems like possibly they would know or be connected to a lot of people that maybe sold drugs or, those kind of people. And drugs can make you do some crazy shit. I mean, look at the Manson clan. And I know firsthand that like methamphetamines to a lot of men, in my personal experience, at least, I'm gay and it was used as a sex drug, is very sexual and very evil. So I can definitely see that corrupting somebody's mind, possibly to do something like that. Oh, and by the way, I posted something in my community post that Sloan had made, and I haven't watched a lot of his videos, but this one caught my attention. Lady Gaga, and it's about this other singer that she kind of was up and coming with and did some duets with. Hey, brutally honest, she did duets with her, and this girl was really talented, and you can hear her music and all this stuff. It's a rabbit hole I'm gonna fall down hard. And supposedly, allegedly, Lady Gaga like sacrificed the singer for fame. And even the singer's parents believe she did so. It's really interesting. I'm going to look into it more. Yeah, Jet's mom, you watched that? I'm going to look into it more because it's crazy. And the crazy thing about it is this woman that died, well, she was like 19, I believe, when she died. She supposedly jumped off a building and died, right? Oh, her best friend. Yeah, and then when Lady Gaga is addressed about it, she makes it sound like she didn't know her. From Sloan's video. I'm going to look into it more. I'm just saying based on what I watched on Sloan's video. But if you watch Lady Gaga's paparazzi video, okay, my intuition again. First time I saw Lady Gaga, she was lip singing and she was singing Just Dance. And it wasn't like when her second album came out with like the weird, evil, kind of bad romance stuff. It was still pretty like electronic and just cool, glittery outfits, like look like she's from the disco era. But when I saw her the first time perform, and when I heard her music, which by the way, I love her music, but her first album, I got this evil feeling. Like, and I still do, even though I like her music, I don't agree with her politically and stuff, but just this like evil feeling. So the paparazzi video, first of all, let me just say, if somebody she was so close to and up and coming died that way, why in her paparazzi music video, why is she basically reenacting what happened? It's very creepy. Watch the paparazzi video. She falls off a ledge, dies, comes back to life, and like murders her lover and stuff. And it's very almost like, what is that? Art imitating life, imitating art. art imitating life. Seriously, it's a rabbit hole, guys. You will fall down it, and it is creepy. She is a great entertainer. One thing also, if you look at Lady Gaga's face, like when she wore all those masks, I was like, did she get like plastic surgery? Is that why she's wearing all these creepy masks? Her eyes, look at her eyes when she first came out. Just Dance in that music video, they looked pretty, like a everyday girl, besides her outfit. And then you look at Poker Face, and she's like covering her eyes, but her eyes look normal. Paparazzi, that music video, AA, Nothing Else I Can Say, she looked pretty, like you could see. I'm one of those people where I look into your eyes. But then when Bad Romance came out and stuff, there's like, I'm gonna say it, it's my opinion, there's like this evil, it just makes me cringe. Like Lady Gaga's eyes are evil now. There, I said it. That's just my opinion. I almost ran to my car through my ex's house. I was so mad. Oh my God. Hey, I know how that goes. Lady Gaga is talented, but I am one of those people that, I mean, look, wasn't Satan Lucifer the angel of music? I feel like music, listen, I love a good raunchy song, but music can be very hypnotic and almost hypnotizing and maybe borderline brainwashing. I mean, look, if you're trying to quit partying or like substance abuse or something like that, and then you hear a song about, yeah, let's go to the club and get crunk and hump each other and all this kind of stuff, it puts you in the mood to do that. You can't tell me that's not some form of like hypnosis or triggers. Hey, Oscar. Miss Portland says there's been a missing child from my area for 12 years. Wow. Yeah, and where are all these true crime creators talking about all that? I'll tell you where they're at. They're over on Locomai's channel. Yes, that was the singer's name. Thank you, Locomai. Lena Morgana. Look up Lady Gaga and Lena Morgana, and guess what? When you Google that, guess what the first thing is that pops up, folks? Lady Gaga's Paparazzi music video. Go test it out. Tell me what pops up first for you. I love you, Missy K. Your new picture's so beautiful. Your pictures you've been posting. The song Judas pissed him off. Yes. And actually, that is also like, it's like, what do they call that? Virtue signaling? I'm telling you, these singers and stuff, like nowadays, like they talk in code. And I will tell you something. Jesus Christ is my number one, and I don't care what you think of me. I may run my mouth and cuss a lot and all that shit, but he's my number one. And I feel like all of these people, look, they have a lot in common. This is just my observation, but a lot of these people, they will lean towards parties that want to remove, Christ and God out of schools and all this stuff and out of everywhere. And it's like, why? We're fighting for equality for all of everybody, but it's like when it comes to Christ, a lot of times there's no equality. That speaks volumes to me. Yes, satanic rituals and agendas. So, in my personal opinion, a lot of people believe that Lady Gaga consumed that singer's soul. Or Sloan also talks about like when Lady Gaga, it's almost like when she gets on stage, she's a different person. Beyonce is very open about her alter ego, Sasha Fierce, coming out when she performs and when she's on stage. And a lot of times it's like, what do they call those reptilian people? Like they're programmed. They say Nicki Minaj is programmed too. Talks about an alter ego. Yes, exactly, Locomai. And who did a duet together when Lady Gaga first transformed into her, when her eyes changed? She did 2 duets with Beyonce. The first one was the song Telephone, which that music video is so disgusting and graphic and violent and evil. And then they did Video Phone, off of Beyonce's album. And it's just like, there's just, listen, I love that music and shit, but there's an evil in this world with a secret agenda. Lucifer was a beautiful angel who played beautiful music. Thank you, Vicky. That's what I was thinking. And yeah, I mean, look, beauty, sex, lust, money, all of this stuff. Yes, the lizard people. Telephone is a long song. Yeah, that music video is really long. Hey, hello, Sally Ann. So back to with that actually wraps around perfectly full circle to why I started this live stream, because murder, money, lust, adultery, cheating, a lot of these things that cause these murders and true crime. Hey, Jenna Flora. Hey, is Van here? Oh, I thought Van was here. Oh, they're still reporting Kyron's stepmom because of his disappearance. Wow. I'm gonna have to look. You're gonna have to give me that information, Miss Portland. Look up the channel, The Truth Show. Hold on, let me screenshot that. Just screenshotted it. That's the good thing about being on my phone and streaming, is I can screenshot stuff, which I should do anyways when I'm on my computer, but I'm lazy. But money and greed and all this kind of stuff. So the first thing that causes people to talk about true crime and popular cases is obviously uh, anybody who has no morals gets excited when these true crime cases pop up that are popular, because it's views and it's popularity and it's money to these people, and then they fight over it and then they compete over it and all of that shit. It's just evil. So I'm telling you right now, if any one of you, whether you have a channel or not, decided to jump on any of these popular cases, you will automatically get the following, the viewers, all of that shit. Hey, Amber. Hey. Everything. So when Laura said that comment that I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Laura sits there and she's like, drama nonstop forever. And then all of a sudden she's talking down to people and saying, oh, I'm in the drama, or I'm not in the drama community. I look down on them and they talk about me. It's like, that's where your roots are. And as soon as these popular cases fade out and nobody else is popular at the time in true crime, you're going to go right back to those drama communities. But truly, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of dysfunction in drama, and people arguing, and call it the drama community, crama, whatever. But at least people are talking about real stuff that's affecting them. Like with me, when I talk about it, it's affecting me personally. I'm immediately involved. I'm not just diving into something because it's popular. The lunch lady says, Robbie, I could tell you some stories. I tell you, missing people, murder victims, murderers, all that I have had contact with in my life. Lunch lady, I'd be incredibly interested. Just, you had me at Susan Atkins. But yeah, you should definitely email me. Hold on. Let me put it up on the screen. saverobbie.1982@gmail.com. Feel me? And then you're in a recliner wearing a diaper. Yeah, it's like these people are like, like Natasha, she'll say, oh, well, my passion is true crime. Really? No, it's not. Because if it was, you'd be doing what Locomai does. Missing person advocacy. Exactly. Versus true crime. True crime just has a stigma to it. Yeah, and then, but the thing is, I mean, these people will latch onto something. That's why I said I learned that with Chris Watts. I was like, holy shit, dude. No. After that, I had every opportunity, if I wanted to jump on all these other popular ones just to fucking do it. But I was able to see, even with my own channel, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go back to being myself and talking about what I want to talk about, because I'm done talking about that case and I'm just fucking done. And I don't need to jump on something else just to get views. Hey, Grammy Pammy, I missed you all so much. I've been in the hospital, had to have emergency surgery, but I'm back. Love you all. I guess I have a lot of catching up to do. Oh, well, I hope you're doing good, Grammy Pammy. And I'm glad to see that you're out. Kyron, I think, was lured out a side door by an older kid or teenager. From there, he was with evil and probably gone, in my opinion. Hey, Tinksy, how you doing? When was the last time NC done any true crime? I couldn't tell you. I think it was Summer Wells. I could be wrong. I'm loving this convo. It's not bashing someone. It's interesting topics. Loving it. Thank you. I see people with huge channels, and unfortunately they're huge because of drama, but they have an amazing platform which could truly help if they choose to use it. Exactly. And I even I messaged Miss Portland tonight because I I guess I should just say this just so in case the other person doesn't say it, and that would be Noodle Mash. But today I just had a really emotional day, and I just had a lot of time. You know, when you're emotional, you think about a lot of things, what you're doing in your life, and all that kind of stuff. And all day, like, God was telling me, like, message her, send her something, and just tell her, like, don't say what you're mad about, don't say this, don't say that. Just message her and say, hey, we don't see eye to eye. I support Miss Portland. We do not agree on that, but we don't have to keep fighting. So I sent her a simple email, and we'll see what happens. I didn't want any argument along with it. I wasn't snarky like in my first email to her, basically being like, well, you're doing this and that and blah blah blah. I just simply was like, dude, I just want peace. So hopefully Noodle Mash will respond kindly to that, and the back and forth can just stop. Good luck in your new place. Thank you, Paige. Appreciate that. Miss Portland is the best, and she has a wonderful man that loves her, Mr. Portland. They're just adorable to watch, and I look up to them. Well, and that's the thing, Miss Portland, I believe you, and I love you, and I support you, and I'm always going to disagree with Noodle about that, but hopefully we can agree to disagree and just move on and just do what we like to do, and you know, get back to having fun. And that is not just jumping on popular true crime cases. Everybody that has channels does something different on there, and we can just enjoy it. I'll be saying a prayer that you will be okay and your move goes smoothly today. Thank you so much, Vicky. That means a lot to me. I'm gonna hop off here in a minute because I've been sitting up against my wall. I had my back massager, and I actually turned off the massager on my legs because it would sound like I was queefing. It like goes, and I didn't want it to be loud. But I literally, like, I could be sitting on my bed, but then I just feel really lazy. I could be sitting in my chair, but it's depressing over there because I took apart my desk and everything. So I've been sitting up against the hard wall, and my ass hurts. And thank you guys for hanging out and talking to me about this. I didn't want to be rude, but when Laura said that, I was like, oh, please, dude, give me a fucking break. I challenge these people to actually talk about things, and do, if they're truly passionate about like missing people and getting to the bottom of things, get to the bottom of things that are popular, because those are the things that need exposure. And before we go, Lokmai, please put your link in the chat because I cannot do it. Or can somebody do it? Because if you want to actually help, and I don't always share Lokmai's things out. I try to on Facebook and in my stories and stuff like that. Or sometimes I don't catch them, and by the time I catch them, it'll be like 6 hours later and the Amber Alert's gone and they actually found the person. But she actually does stuff that you really can help, because when everybody's talking about a popular case, then everybody already knows everything they need to know because you've been talking about it every day. But when you have channels like, Lokamai and that girl and people that are covering not so popular things, then that's what really needs to be shared out and talked about, because nobody's talking about it, and there's actual missing fucking people. Yes, there it is. Follow the Lokamai Life because she does stuff that you want to hear about. It might even be in your local area. She does stuff from all over the world. Amber Alerts nonstop, 24/7. If Lokamai is awake and she hears something, and she also works. Who's that other channel you work with, Lokamai? Can you post their channel too? I don't. I'm subscribed to them, but I don't ever see when they're live. Yes, Luth Mom. Yes, and Parker. That's another one. Positively Parker. She's been covering a lot of different stuff. I see her live very often. So yeah. Oh, well, Miss Portland, you have tons of support and people who love you, and that's what's important. You know, I can sit here and I can be talking about what we just spoke about on this live, and people will call me a liar or say they don't believe me or whatever. There's people that are going to believe you and not, but what's important is the people that love you and are here for you and support you. And if people aren't going to believe you or they want to be mean, that's something I'm learning to do, is just let them be fucking mean. Please look into the Kia Hyundai boys. They are stealing cars in under a minute. Wow, Boots Mama. Yeah, and aren't Kias one of the most easy cars to steal? I used to drive a Kia Rio. Fucking blinker. Not the outside blinker, but the handle to turn the blinker on, lit on fire while I was driving it. It caught on fucking fire. Because Kias usually have a lot of electrical issues. I love you, Miss Portland. I'll always be here for you, no matter what. We have our ups and downs, but we always go up. Okay, guys, I'm going to get off the floor. My butt is asleep. I love you. Thank you so much for being loving earlier when I was being a little crybaby bitch. And I am excited for today now. In exactly less than 12 hours, our appointment is at 1 p.m. to pick up our keys. Because Michael is such a hard worker, he actually did over 12 hours at his job today just so he can get off earlier. So he's going to be working all day, and then we're going to be moving all night. So yes, and I can't wait for Amy L. She's going to fly out hopefully at the beginning of August sometime to come see us. And yes, it's so exciting. But I love you guys, and thank you for the good conversation, and thank you for making me tired, because my mind was going and I couldn't stop watching different YouTube stuff. And now I'm going to relax and wind down. If any of you are live, I'll probably be in bed watching your lives until I pass out. I love you. Have a good night. No, no, chance, no.